The Punk Goes compilation has been around since about 2000, and the newest one is coming out now in about a few days. I think next Tuesday it's coming out, and I'm here to give you my thoughts on it. This one is Punk Goes Christmas, so it's the first time you get to see a holiday revolved around one of the concepts, so I think it's going to be pretty fun to talk about, so let's get to it. Punk Goes Christmas. So in the newest installment of the Punk Goes compilation, we get to hear some of the most known and loved bands by fans cover Christmas songs as well as write their own original Christmas songs. So there's 12 songs on the album, and it features some pretty great artists, which I'll get into in just about a minute. And I think half are covers and half are originals. I'll probably state which ones are covers when I go by them, although some of them you'll probably already know already. So first, like I said, I'm going to talk about the track list. Really love the bands on this, so first I'll talk about that. Alright, so the first track, we have New Found Glory with their song Nothing for Christmas. Now I wasn't sure if this was a cover, but it starts off the album, and I really love New Found Glory. So you get this softer side of New Found Glory, you know, more acoustic kind of stuff with a Christmas feel. It was really catchy, I love the chorus, and overall it was just a really well done song. So it's a great way to kick off the album. Number 2, All Time Low with Fool's Holiday. Now, this is their own original song. They wrote it, and I think it's the only song available online right now to stream. You can buy it on iTunes as well. So it was the first taste of the Punk Goes Christmas album that people could get. And I gotta say, All Time Low did a really good job on this song. It's a really good softer song, like a lot of this album, actually. And, you know, it kind of gets you into the Christmas spirit. I really like it. It's about 3 minutes or so, you know, a typical song length, but you know, I really like the vocals. Alex's vocals are really good on this, and yeah, I don't know why, but I feel like I'm screwing up the name for some reason. Either way, I'm a bit out of it. So yeah, it's a really good song and another you know, good track on the compilation. Coming in at number 3, one of my favorite bands I was most excited to see on this album is actually Real Friends with their song I Had a Heart. I think they did an interview and talked about how they it was hard for them to write a Christmas song, and I gotta say it really sticks out, and I really love it. Real Friends have this great sound they really hone in, you know, the pop punk scene. And I really think they're not innovative, but you know, they really stick out from all the other bands that go along in that genre. And right here you get to see a great mix of the softer acoustic stuff that they've done, as well as a great Christmas feel, because this album is supposed to be I suppose, you know, a holiday-esque sort of thing, which is understandable. Punk Goes Christmas. And I really like it. You know, obviously I Had a Heart, you know, it's about a girl, you know, more than likely. But yeah, it definitely sticks out. I really, really love this song. Keeping with the pop punk bands, actually, number 4 is Man Overboard with their cover of Father Christmas, which is actually originally by the Kinks. I was looking up earlier about the original artist, and this is the only one I found, so I'm guessing it is the Kinks. I never really listened to them. Either way, Man Overboard with Father Christmas. They put a great little spin on it. I think they changed a few words from the original, but as far as the song goes, it's really catchy and really upbeat, which is kind of, you know, probably the most upbeat song you'll hear on the album so far. I really love it. Man Overboard, again, put their own sound on it, you know, with the pop punk sound-esque they have. Really great mix, you know, kind of like their softer acoustic stuff, which is what you'll see a lot on this album. But, you know, Men Overboard are awesome, hence this song is awesome. Getting to number 5, we have the Somerset with This Christmas. Now, I was looking up, a lot of people have covered this song. If you ever listen to the radio around Christmas time, you'll probably hear 20 different artists cover this song. But yeah, I think it is Donny Hathaway. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but that's who was originally composed and or written or performed by. And you hear this song everywhere, so you probably know it. And I think they put a great little spin on it. You know, I'm not a huge fan of the Somerset, but I think what they did is they made a super catchy song with their use of electronic instrumentals as well as their own instrumentals, but I feel you hear a lot more electronic than, you know, guitar or drums. But yeah, you know, good little mix, and I thought the vocals were really well done. Makes the song really upbeat and catchy, and you know, it's pretty enjoyable. Number 6, Crown the Empire with There Will Be No Christmas. Now, I really do enjoy Crown the Empire. I love Crown the Empire. Their debut album was awesome. So I expected to see this metalcore band put a good mix into a Christmas album, you know. I'm sure it was very hard for anyone to think that, you know, metalcore bands, which there were just a very limited amount on this album, but I will say Crown of the Empire I expected to put their own heavy spin on such a Christmas song. Now, I'm not entirely sure. I do believe it's an original. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, it's an original song. And it didn't sound like Crown of the Empire. I was confused because it doesn't sound like Andy Leo's vocals or their screamer, who I can't remember right now. But it doesn't sound like him. I'm not complaining. I think it's a very beautiful song. But if you listen to it, and if you're a fan of Crown of the Empire, you're like, it doesn't really sound like Crown of the Empire. You know, I was kind of listening to him on the way home earlier, and it's just not. I don't know. Either way, it's a cool song, but let me know if you think that it doesn't sound like Crown of the Empire, because it doesn't sound like him to me. Halfway through the album now, we have Yellow Card with Christmas Lights. Now, I do believe this is originally by Coldplay, so I thought that was interesting to see Yellow Card cover Coldplay. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Coldplay. I like a couple songs back when I was in high school. But, you know, I don't really care much for them. I listened to it, and I definitely gave it a chance. And I gotta say, Yellow Card did an amazing job. You know, super catchy. I mean, you'll get into it right away. The chorus is really good. And I just really love how Yellow Card can put their own spin. You know, their newer Yellow Card sound. I don't know. Either way, you listen to it, you know it's Yellow Card. Really, really good song. Ryan Key is a really good singer, or at least I'm hoping I'm saying his name right. Ooh. But yeah, so overall, good cover. At number 8, we have Issues. Now, like I said, there's maybe 2 metalcore bands you could genre-nize or put into that category, which was Crown of the Empire and Issues. So with Issues, we get to see Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, which I'm fairly certain is by NSYNC. Now, I probably listened to NSYNC when I was like 7 or 8 years old, but I don't really remember this. But yeah, so Issues actually put their own spin, being Issues, the new metalish, metalcore act. And you get to see, you know, Tyler Carter's amazing vocals. I absolutely love Tyler Carter singing. And as well as Michael Bowen, he comes in with his screaming. Very light amount, not the usual amount you see in an Issue song, but either way, nonetheless, super awesome job. The mix of instrumentals that they do with, you know, some minor breakdowns that you get to hear in this, and as well as their overall mix to make it this metalcore Christmas core song or something. Either way, it really sticks out to me, and to see something heavy-ish but not heavy is really great. So I really like this song. Jason Lancaster, formerly of Go Radio, with his song All I Can Give You. Now, for those of you who don't know, sorry to break the bad news, Go Radio broke up a few weeks ago, and apparently this is one of the reasons that they did. No one told the band that it was just Jason on a song, or that he was going to really be on it alone. But yeah, either way, that's another story for another day. Jason did a really good job on this song. Great piano on it. And, you know, his vocals are just always amazing. I love Jason Lancaster as a singer. So they definitely did a great job of picking bands that have great singers on this compilation. So yeah, really good song. Getting near the end of it now, we're at number 10 with Set It Off. Now again, bands that put their own spin on a song. This is one of them. I have to say, Set It Off did a great job to stand out as, well, you know, a standout track, I should say, on this compilation. Their song is This Christmas Day, and in brackets it says, I think it's I'll Burn It to the Ground. Now, I've listened to Set It Off a few times, but I've never been super into them. As far as I know, they're more of like a poppy, rocky, post-hardcore band, I don't know. But I've listened to them, and their singer's really cool. And I gotta say, the instrumentals, the intro, chorus, everything about this song just sticks out. And it's not about Happy Christmas. I think it's like, well, you can hear it in the song title alone, I'll Burn It to the Ground. You know, it's kind of about a disastrous Christmas or something. It kind of reminds me of something you'd maybe hear from Nightmare Before Christmas, maybe something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so that really sticks out. And like I said, stick-out tracks in this album are really cool. Like the softer stuff, but the stick-out stuff like this is awesome. The Ready Set with I Don't Want to Spend Another Christmas Without You. Now, I think it's becoming like this contract or something that the Ready Set has. It's like any Punk Goes album you have to be on, because he's been on the last few, I think since Punk Goes Pop 4, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember every single one of them, but the Ready Set has definitely had his fair share of songs. This is a cool song, you know, it's okay. I'm not huge into the Ready Set, so I was like, okay, it's cool, you know, average kind of Christmas type song that you get to hear, and overall it's alright. Closing out the album, we have William Beckett, who is the former singer of The Academy Is, for anyone who does not know. And his cover of Do You Hear What I Hear? Now, this is another one of the songs in the compilation that so many people have covered over the years. I don't remember when it first came out. I think it was the 60s when it was first composed and written and performed. I think I have it here. The name of the person who performed it is Harry Simone Sherrill? I'm not sure. But either way, that's who first performed it. And in the past 50 to 60 years, so many other performers have done it. And we get to hear William Beckett's interpretation of it. And overall, I think it's a pretty good job. William Beckett, I really enjoy his singing style. And it starts off as like a softer song. And then it kind of gets really uppity, you know, kind of cool beat to it. And then, you know, it goes into the chorus where it's kind of, you know, downish again. But it's really cool. I like his take on it. So overall, pretty good. So that's basically my thoughts on every song on the album. I figure on a compilation it's better to give my thoughts on every one of them so you have a little bit of an idea of what I think. A lot of people have been getting angry the last few years because the Punk Goes compilation is basically a way to take popular bands that are in the scene to make money of them covering, usually in the Punk Goes Pop series, covering newer and more popular songs and seeing their own spin on it. And a lot of people do enjoy it, but also it angers a lot of people. But that's music, you know. Some people like it, some people don't. I personally take interest in any of the Punk Goes series because it's always fun to listen to. You know, I think it's more of a fun time, and you don't, you know, necessarily need to be, I hate this or I like this. You know, sometimes you just listen to it and say, whatever. Especially since this is Christmas themed, and I adore Christmas, guys. I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday. When December hits, I'm happy as anything. I see the lights, see the decorations, and I'm one happy human being. But yeah, so getting back to the topic of this album review, I think it was a really good job to see some Christmas covers as well as originals. I think, you know, when December hits, this would be perfect to pop in your CD player and just listen to and enjoy the holidays. Some tracks you can probably listen to all year round, because I know the Issues and Set It Off track, I could probably listen to it any time of the year. I just really enjoy their mix-up in each song. But yeah, like a lot of the softer stuff on this album, which is mostly what it is, so it's like acoustic and more mellow and electronica kind of beats on some songs now, very limited. But yeah, like I said, slower pace, more of a Christmas feel. It's not meant to be angry and heavy like you hear some of the metalcore covers on Punk Goes Pop or Punk Goes Metal, Punk Goes Crunk, Punk Goes, everything like that. And I really enjoyed their take on it. So yeah, I'll probably get a little bit more into detail on it. Actually, no, I probably can't get in more detail because I've given my thoughts on every song. I think you guys need to listen to it and tell me what you think. Overall, as a rating, I think I would give the album a 7.5 out of 10. I'm impressed by some of it. Some of it I can see that it's just there to be on a compilation. I like the bands that stick out. I think if I had to pick 3 of my favorite tracks, of course you can probably guess 2 of them, I'll take Issues with Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Set It Off with their song This Christmas Day, I'll Burn It to the Ground, and I think if I had to pick a 3rd one, it's hard, but I think I'm going to go with I Had a Heart by Real Friends. I just really enjoy this song, and Real Friends always tends to cheer me up or make me happy. So yeah, that's 3 of my songs I really like. And just make sure you listen to the album. I want to get your thoughts on it. These things always get a lot of buzz and or talk about it. This year, I don't know, like the last one was released around November last year as well, the Punk Goes Pop 5. And that was promoted very well. They released a song every week or so, but this time they didn't really promote it a lot. You know, they announced it, and then I think it was last week they released the All Time Low song, and that's about it. I mean, that's kind of disappointing at a marketing standpoint of view. You're not really giving your fans a lot to look forward to. Maybe it's just me. I think they could have done a lot better. But, you know, I think the lineup of bands was good. A lot of good choices. New Found Glory, All Time Low, Man Overboard. Some of the most popular right now, and always have been, well, at least in the last 5 to 10 years. Like New Found Glory, super popular. All Time Low, really popular. Yellow Card, and, you know, there's a couple like that. So yeah, I'm going to stop talking about it now. Let me know what you think about this album down below. Your favorite 3 tracks, as well as what you want me to see reviewed next, because I need some ideas. That's everything, guys. Remember, it's music for today, music for tomorrow, music for life. Peace out.